Hey guys, I'm back with another weapon review, and this time we'll be looking at the Vanu Sovereignty's Serpent VE92 Carbine. The Serpent has a cert cost of 650, a high rate of fire at 845, with a damage of 143 up to 10 meters, and which drops down to 100 at 60 meters, giving this weapon an approximate time to kill of around 0.49 at 10 and 0.71 at 60 and beyond. Velocity comes in at 420 meters a second, and reload speed is 2.59 short and 2.89 standard. It has 30 rounds in a magazine with 210 in reserve. Hip accuracy is pretty standard among VS carbines, and so too is the aim accuracy, sharing its stats in this case with the VX67 and Zenith VX5, which we will compare it to shortly. So let's take a look at attachments, which it has a good array of. For the optic, my preference is the 1x yellow dot, but you can get anything up to a 4x or HSNV. The barrel has a choice of flash suppressor or standard suppressor. I for the most part didn't run either on this weapon, as it can be quite situational, although I will say a flash suppressor doesn't affect your weapon stats and would be my suggestion if you wanted to run one and maintain versatility. The velocity hit from the noise suppressor or standard suppressor on an already low velocity weapon is not worth taking in most cases. For the rail, I unlocked both the advanced laser sight and the forward grip, and I have used them both depending on the fight. CQC, go with the laser sight. Mid to long range fights, switch out for the forward grip. The advanced laser sight on top of the buff cone of fire while flying, which they changed a few months ago, works great, and the forward grip helps you control the horizontal recoil, which allows you to take down targets at range more effectively. For the ammo slot, we have soft point, and 5% less velocity in this case will not make much difference, so I suggest equipping it. This brings the velocity down to approximately 399 meters a second, but bumps your max damage range up to 15. So let's compare it to a couple of similar VS carbines. First, let's look at the VX67, which has less RPM, a better muzzle velocity, faster reload speeds, and slightly better default hip accuracy from crouched stand positions. And the Zenith is a similar case, less RPM, better velocity, reload speeds, and hip accuracy, with the additional bonus of a better minimum damage. Important to note that these three weapons all have the same accuracy loss per shot fired. In simple terms, with these weapons, they remain accurate even when holding down the trigger. Here's an example of the time to kill differences. Remember, these are all approximate and based on in-game stats. The VX67 has a time to kill of 0.52 seconds at 10 meters, the Zenith 0.58 at 10 meters, and as I said earlier, the Serpent has a time of 0.49 at 10 meters, making it the fastest of the three, and actually the fastest time to kill out of all the VS carbines. So to sum it up, I recommend this weapon. Cert cost is reasonable at 650 and is probably a good weapon if you are moving on from the Solstice. For some VS players, this remains their favourite carbine. It's devastating in close range, the type of weapon I put in the heavy killer category. I would run it with a commissioner for your sidearm for a good mix of RPM and stopping power. Can be adapted to longer ranges with the use of the forward grip, but primarily a get right in the fight kind of weapon. Reload time is slightly slower than other VS carbines, but rate of fire is quicker, so make your shots count. Don't be left reloading after emptying your entire mag into a wall. I hope you enjoyed this review and found it helpful in some way. If you did, then leave a like and subscribe for future content. I'm going to leave you with some Serpent gameplay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.